When this photo of a Chinese top university student working on his laptop while cycling went viral, he was nicknamed the Neizhuan King of Tsinghua. Neizhuan is the Chinese version of the rat race, made more extreme by societal expectation and extreme competition. There's this Chinese term that is Jingpiao, which denotes people who moved to Beijing for many years because they want to, hustle hard, build a career and make a lot of money. But in recent years, a new term emerged, and that is Jingpiao, a person who moves to Jingdezhen. Now, Jingdezhen is nothing like Beijing. It's nothing like Shanghai. It's nothing like Chengdu. It's not the kind of place where you move to make a lot of money, where there's a lot of opportunities in tech or finance. The opposite. It's a tier 4 city. Now, most tier 4 cities in China are losing all their young people and talent. But Jingdezhen is the only tier 4 city where there's a net positive youth immigration. But why move to a small city that has nothing to offer in terms of money, jobs and opportunities? In order to understand that, first we need to look at Jingdezhen's history. Just got out of this massive building, which is the ceramic museum here in Jingdezhen. The entrance is free and it's incredible. We learned a whole lot and we saw the first pottery vessels in the history of humankind. They were found in a cave here in Jiangxi province 20,000 years ago. So people in this area have been doing ceramic forever. We're not just talking about pottery here, we're making porcelain, which is a whole new level of quality. The rest of the world didn't figure out porcelain until the 18th century. That's why China, which gives the name to the porcelain, is so important and renowned throughout history and was so sought after because no one knew how it was made here. 1,000+ years ago, the city structured their economy around ceramics and structured a whole industry around it. It's just what people do here. It's just embedded in the culture. This is ceramic holy land.
And also apparently it's the climate. So it's easier for the ceramics to be pre-baked and then baked, like better preservation.
Our mission here in Jingdezhen is to find Jingpiao, people who left everything behind to come here and try to make it as artists. And our search starts here, in the city's most exclusive market. We're hoping to meet some artists and see if they can tell us a little bit more about life in Jingdezhen, moving here, living here, and making art for a living. Really craving to meet these kind of people, so yeah. I hope we're gonna find some. For artists, securing a stall in this market means foot traffic, higher prices and recognition. But the spots are very limited, and in order to make it, your work must really stand out.
像以前的话，就是陶溪川摊位可能是只有几十家的，但现在摊位都已经扩到几百家。每一个月的话，大概可能会有个2000多个人申请，然后最后只有300-400家摊位是被允许录取的。所以就是这个竞争压力是非常的大，就是大家没有摊摆，如果是没有这个摊位愿意能够去摆的话，他们就是可能会这一个月就是没有任何的收入。为什么说涌入了景德镇来做这个东西呢？疫情刚刚好转的那一段时间，然后那段时间是直播间嘛，就所有行业直播间也是刚刚兴起的时候，然后很多人就是像比如说那种小资一点的，他可能生活里面就是说泡泡咖啡喝喝茶这一种，他就会喜欢去买这样的茶具，又不用我自己去跑了，我还可以直接在直播间上购买，然后就相当于跟人打视频，然后你帮我选货嘛，对，然后他们就是导致他们会买了很多，就当然这也支付了很大一帮人，就比如说直播间的人，还有一些手作者，还是竞争压力肯定是会更大的，这是没有办法的，只能说提高一下自己的技术水平，然后还对，对，改变不了别人，只能改变自己。
This zone is located in an old porcelain statue factory. On the two sides is the residential area, like the old very residential area. And then in the middle of the street, like it's just shop everywhere. Yesterday, everything's like 200 above. Even like a tiny little ceramic ring, it was almost 200. The artists are selected. You have to apply, because if your work is not good enough or it's not original, it's not handmade, they don't accept you. But here, it's more like free market. Everybody can come here and just, sell stuff.
For example, see here, these cups should have a way more reasonable price. Talking about 20 kuai. per mug.
And these are also made by very professional makers. It's just he doesn't have a signature. He just make, whatever thing he
Make
thinks is
utility
good.
wear.
Yeah, it's more like regular cups.
Oh, that's him, that's the guy.
Yeah. The people who live here, they all used to work in this factory. The only thing they know is like how to make porcelain. So I guess they become like individual vendors, and the newer generation, like the kids of those people, studied somewhere else, but then they eventually decided to come back and just make something and sell them on the market because it's a nicer lifestyle, I guess. It's really nice, and they're really passionate about, explaining their work, like this one, why I made this, and it's really fun.
就是氛围压力小，然后状态好，就是大家都挺玩得开的，然后比较有意思，就是现在来的人比较多，你可以接触到在景德镇可以接触到中国很多地方的人，然后年轻人在这边留的也比较多了，大家一起互相朋友之间交流的也多一点。我感觉身边的人的状态每天都挺开心的，就是朋友之间同学之间一见面笑嘻嘻的，该聊该就是吃饭了没吃饭一起吃饭，然后吃过了就是去我来玩，然后去喝茶去聊天，然后做点东西。因为我不是那种非要挣钱的人，我觉得就是你条件比较好的情况下就多创作一点。我觉得我自己还是比较喜欢创作的。为什么年轻人愿意留下来？他一个月可能说你挣个1万2万块钱，他已经很舒服了，就是他身体和精神上都是自由的，他不像出去上班需要被上面压榨，干着这个杂活或者什么东西的，精神肉体都疲惫。
I used to work in Beijing for about 2 years. I did a forest ecology major in the US. My first job in Beijing was in a non-profit organization. My second job was doing like a film festival. The lifestyle in Beijing is too tiring. I didn't get back home until 2 in the morning. So it's pretty wild. And I decided to quit my job. And back then there was a trend of like this Jingdezhen. Every nomad would like to go there, and you can quit your job, learn ceramic for a month, earn 10,000 RMB per month. And everybody was thinking it's a dream place. The reason that I decided to stay in Jingdezhen is first, I don't know where to go. I was trying to figure out my next move. And then second, the rent is pretty cheap. For my studio right here, monthly rent is about 850 RMB. Compared to the place I rent in Beijing, the apartment I rent in Beijing is like 6,000 RMB. Another reason for me to come here is very easy for you to meet a lot of different people with diverse background. You can see like performance artists, people making sculpture. You can meet a lot of different people. People think there's a chance for them to open up your own coffee shop or your own Airbnb and stuff. This year, they just opened up the first rave party place. People bring their lifestyle to Jingdezhen, like what they are used to in Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen. They bring that lifestyle here to Jingdezhen.
就目前来说的话，这些大家可能会觉得生活压力、工作压力有点大。然后你做陶呢，它是一个很治愈的过程中，因为它其实是有点像我们的生活中，就是说可能会有一点裂缝，就做陶瓷出裂缝呀，会碎呀，这些都难免的，就是这些失败。然后但是我们可以就是要不然就是去把它放弃掉，要不然我们就是可以继续把它缝缝补补。这也是一个我们的生活方式，就是反正就是可以一直好起来，这也就是一个很治愈的一个过程。然后所以大家就会觉得做陶呢，它是一个很平静，然后让自己内心就是一个成长的一个过程。
创作者就是你做的时候，比如说下午开始做，我做到晚上的时候，我这个感觉还在，我觉得今天的状态比较好，你就会一直做下去。甚至我有时候会做到不想吃饭，就是感觉不是很饿，我就不想去吃饭。我们喜欢一边开着音乐，然后手机也不玩，就真的手机是毒瘤，就是你玩到看电影也好，我刷视频也好，然后看 文字也好，你只要看进去了，你就会一直翻，对吧？
对。
就很多，就跟我们做东西就跟刷视频一样，你躺在床上刷视频，你刷着就停不下来了，然后你就不愿意放下它，然后你创作的时候，你做进去了，你就不愿意放下它。
There's no better way to understand how it feels like to work with ceramic than trying it ourselves. So we went to learn ceramic painting with a local master and ended up spending all day in the workshop. Stick around to see the results and how they come out of the kiln. Now it's time to investigate another side of Jingdezhen. Sambor village is very connected to the whole phenomenon of people moving here.
It was one of the first places that people discover and start moving to for, opening their workshops and just live a simple village life. But now as Jingdezhen become this viral phenomenon, the landlord tried to turn their properties into like Airbnbs and all that. The price increase also forced out a lot of artists who used to live there. It's slightly gentrified. It's like anywhere else. Very local phenomenon that we have in China because of the mass tourism. Well, not mass tourism, but like very heavy tourism, way more than a city can hold. They come here and they are like finding different locations. Sometimes there's a map for people to go to just to take photos, and they call it like check the box. So basically it's like something they check from their list and they have to go to certain places to take photos.
How much, for example, is a room here in this Airbnb?
80 euros up to 200, and it's almost fully booked.
How common is that in a tier 4 city?
That's very expensive.
Unthinkable.
景德镇的商业化呢，它带来了很多游客，它提高了一个城市的经济水平，这是肯定的。还有一些就业率啊，就很多人的话，他其实以前就是说在家里带孩子。这边景德镇和其他城市有个不一样的呢，就是说，那些小孩呢，他可能会在就是以读书读不好的话，他会送到老师傅那里去学一门手艺，比如说拉坯，像就是
真的几岁开始
？13岁。就正常的要行拜师礼的，要先当学徒，当个至少半年。这半年的话，你是只给师傅就端茶，然后就是给他那个递泥巴，然后揉泥巴，然后师傅就外面去接活的时候，你跟着他一起去跑腿儿这一种。然后半年之后呢，你再可以开始正常的去学习这个拉坯，大概也是要学个几年你才能出师，然后可以跟着师傅一起出去跑活。他现在旅游业比较发达。然后他就是可以，如果是学习不好，他可以不仅去干这种就是工艺的活儿，他可以去干一些其他的事情了。因为这边吃穿住行都样样都缺人，然后他也可以去做一些像设计类的，然后装修类的或者摄影工作的，然后还有就是各个工作都可以了。像以前的话，像这些的话是很少缺人的，因为这个城市呢，它主要就是靠陶瓷来维持的。但现在的话，它不只有陶瓷了，现在更多的话是这些，就是民宿呀，还有这些餐厅的起来，我觉得这些都要比做陶瓷挣钱。
Xiaoman is specialized in painting, while Sanxue in sculpting. It was time for us to go back to school and try both of their classes. On top of thousands of workshops, Jingdezhen also has many public firing kilns, where artists can bring their creations if they don't have their own kiln at home or in their studio. Putting your pottery in the kiln here just costs a few cents per piece, so it's very convenient for students or artists that are just starting out or they just don't have the space to invest in a kiln. Speaking of kilns, it's time to check how our first attempt at painting turned out. I can already see.
Oh, maybe I can see mine.
See my horrible one.
哦，这个
哦
啊还可以，
不错，
我震惊了。
还可以吧？
哦，还可以，没有我想的那么深。哦，我的猫
Look at what Jay did.
My cat.
Amazing. Good job, baby. It's wonderful. Oh, Dove, Jay, and Coco.
Yeah.
My monstrosity. Oh my god.
这个烧出来是这个颜色的。
对，它当时买
It turned brown. I thought it was white.
No, because it's the material.
Look,
This is different. It's pretty good. No, it's good.
It's terrible. Before leaving, we went back to Xiaoman's and Sanxi's school because it was graduation day for their students and was also time for us to check out our creation. This is the blade I made. It's a bit cracked.
A little chip, yeah, a little cracked, but it's good.
It's good, yeah. It's decent.
It's amazing. You made it, man.
It's Jay's cup, and we have more cups in there, so we're gonna go.
Yeah,
and
we'll
see.
have more cups.
We came here to understand why so many people leave the big cities to become Jingpiao. After seeing it up close and trying it ourselves, we get it. In a world that never stops, Jingdezhen teaches you to slow down, see things differently, and remember what truly matters. As for us, in Jingdezhen, we didn't just make pottery, but we made also friends. After just a month here, leaving was surprisingly hard. But that's the thing about traveling slowly and really taking your time to learn about the place. You don't just pass through, you leave a bit of yourself behind and find somewhere you can always go back to. That's the beauty of this kind of travel, and that's why we share these stories with you. If you want to see more places like this and meet the people who make them special, consider subscribing, because we'd love to have you along this journey with us.